In today's episode of the Aeong Show, I'll be talking about why you shouldn't be embarrassed about what you like. Hello everybody, this is Zach and welcome back to the Aeong Show. Today is Friday, October 10th, and that means we are at the end of another week of the Aeong Show. And today we're talking a little bit more about like a random topic, kind of like last week when we talked about what I was doing that week. I really haven't changed much of what I've been doing this week, still just playing chess, reading books, and stuff like that. So nothing too surprising there, but so I want to talk about something different and talk more about like a topic that, kind of near to me in a way. And it's the idea of like, I don't know, being embarrassed about what you like, and also like feeling like there's like some sort of like age limit on what you like. I think they go kind of like hand in hand a little bit. Because when you look at things like, again, I'm into stuff like K-pop, I'm into pro wrestling, I'm into anime, I'm into video games, I'm into like Pokemon, I'm into all these different things like this. I'm into Twilight, and so, I just got into Twilight. I'm into Harry Potter, like all these things where I feel like a lot of times you'll see comments in like on Reddit, on Twitter, on TikTok, on any sort of social media or whatever. You'll see people talking about them, and they'll always be like, "Oh, I'm glad I like grew up and like got over this," or like, I can't wait till I get older and I stop, whatever, giving money to this or paying attention to this, or oh, how old do I have to be until it's like weird to do this, or oh, I wonder what age I'm gonna get out of this. And it's like, I don't know, it's always been like weird to me when I hear all these comments, 'cause I'm just like, I can understand like everyone changes, so like you might like after eventually some period of time might not like something as much, like that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, because that's just everything. Sometimes you might be really into like one topic for like a few months or something like that. You might be really into this one game for a few months, and then like once you finish it or whatever, or after a certain period of time, you kind of just like forget about it and you don't really go back to it. That's fine. That's completely natural. But like it's an idea of like, oh, once you get to a certain age, you need to like stop doing it. Like, oh, once you hit a certain age, you can't listen to K-pop anymore. It's too weird and like kidsy, or like you can't watch anime because it's animated, or like, oh, animated movies are like kidsy, like, which makes no sense because a lot of like really great animated movies are just like really great movies. Like it's something that has nothing to do with like being live action or something. Doesn't make something like more mature than like an animated movie. Like I've seen tons of really good animated movies like that are like, super mature and super dark and serious and have really good emotional themes. You know, that like if that was in live action instead of animated, would that have made a difference? Like you can do a lot more of animation because it is just like created. Like you can do more different coloring and different styling and stuff like that you can't do with like real human beings. Like you can do CGI and stuff like that, but yeah. But yeah, it's just like one of those weird things where I feel like a lot of people look at certain topics and like they put like a weird age limit on it. Like, oh, you're that old and you're still like playing Pokemon, or you're that old and you're still reading Twilight, or you're still watching anime. And it's like, well, I still enjoy it. Like I haven't grown out of enjoying it. Like maybe if someday I just stop liking it, sure, but like it's just a form of entertainment. Like when are you gonna like it's always funny to me, like especially when people like who are like really into like sports say stuff like this. I do love sports, so don't get me wrong. Like I love football, basketball, all that. But it's always funny to me because like you're like religiously watching men play this sport that is pretty much just like a kid's game. Like football and basketball and baseball are just like kids games that just you get really good at, and like the level of course is much higher. Same thing with like Pro League of Legends and stuff like that. It's all just like games. Like there's nothing like super serious about it. So like just because you're like super obsessed with that and I'm super obsessed with like Pokemon or something doesn't mean like there's a difference. Like when are you gonna grow up out of watching football? But of course that's just how it is. It's like this weird thing of like things that you might that are more, I'd say, like cutesy in a way. Like because I think like Pokemon is cutesy, just like stuff like that. Like K-pop is it can be like serious and dark, but like a lot of times it is like cutesy, and like those are kind of like put as like things for kids. And I've always just been like, I mean, I don't know. It's music. Like no one says that really about. I mean, there are the people who like say like NSYNC or like Backstreet Boys are for like teenage girls instead of like anyone. Because I mean, I still love NSYNC. I was a kid when NSYNC was popular, and I was super into them. And then even now, I'm still into them. But I mean, like, it's one of those things where like it comes back to like embarrassment also, where it's like I know for me, like I've always like when I was younger, I definitely was embarrassed about liking the things I liked. And like it definitely like prevented me in a lot of times from like being as into those things as I should have been. Like honestly, because like I mean I liked High School Musical when I was a kid. I was like I don't even know when High School Musical came out. I was like 9 or 10, and I was really into that. But also then I got like like my like like brother and stuff like that would be like oh like make jokes about it, and so then I got like embarrassed about it, and I would kind of like play it off or try and like pretend I didn't like it, or I would ignore it, and it's just like you know I feel like that's one of those things where I'm glad I grew out of that. Like now I don't care. Like when I was in high school and stuff like that, when I first got into K-pop, I was definitely embarrassed about it then as well, where I wouldn't want to like let people know. Like I'd let my friends know, but like I wouldn't want to like broadcast it that I was super into K-pop back then. Because again, I was young, and I mean, high school is a tough place where you don't want to like put a bullseye on you as like the weird K-pop kid. But like, I mean, even though I was like when I was first into it and stuff like that, and that's just how it is. Like, there's a lot of stuff like that where, I mean, Twilight is another one where like I wish I would have gotten to Twilight when it was at its peak in like 2008, 2009, all then. But like I didn't because I was embarrassed by it. Like, I mean, I never like watched it or read it, so I didn't know how good it was back then. But like just the thought of it, like it was always marketed towards girls, and of course, as a young like teenage boy, you don't want to like be a part of that. I mean, because a lot of times you'll get made fun of for it, and there's always like this like perception around it, so you just like stay away from it. Now, of course, again, I don't care about any of that stuff. I embrace all the stuff that I like, no matter how girly people will say it is or cutesy they'll say it is. I mean, I like a lot of cute stuff now. I mean, and I just yeah, I enjoy it. Like I'll buy like Hello Kitty stuff, or Kurumi stuff, or I'll buy like Stitch plushies, or you know, because I enjoy that stuff. It doesn't matter to me if like people make fun of me for it, because I mean, I don't care. Like it's what I like. So I mean, this is kind of like a video saying like enjoy what you enjoy. Like you don't have to, care what other people say. As long as what you're doing is not like toxic or like hurting someone else, like who really cares? Like yeah, if your enjoyment is like coming from like spreading hate comments online, then yeah, that's probably something you should look into and like don't do that anymore because that's terrible. But if your enjoyment is just from like watching anime or like, you know, even if you're like someone who likes playing like Hello Kitty Island Adventure, I mean, go for it. I know I've never played it. I really don't know what the game is, but like enjoy it. If you like My Little Pony, sure, go for it. I mean, it's one of those things where I feel like so many people like are so judgy and stuff like that. As long as what you're doing doesn't impact anyone else, like who really cares? You know, as long as you're doing it, like whatever. You know, it's just like I feel like again, it's one of the things you have to come to terms with yourself. Because I mean, I know it's very tough, especially when you're younger. Like again, when I was younger, it was tough. Now I'm older, I don't really care. Like again, it took like K-pop was a big helpful point for that for me, honestly, and just in terms of like because of how like male idols are a lot of the time, uh, like with their styling and how they act and stuff like that. Like they're a lot more. I don't want to say like effeminate, but like like they act more cutesy and stuff like that. And so seeing that type of stuff did like make me feel a lot more comfortable with myself and not like feeling the need to like care as much. Like if you see like idols like wear like skirts or like wear makeup and like or like have certain hairstyles and stuff like that made me feel more comfortable. Like, oh, okay, like they can do it. Like they're awesome. So like, who cares then? It's like that type of stuff. I mean, yeah, I feel like there's always like looking to people for inspiration. And I mean, I feel like this also comes into like representation and stuff like that, where it's like, that's why it's so important to see different types of people out in the media. Because, if you just see one specific type of person in the media, it doesn't really like let you know what the world is. And like when you see what the world is and you see how many different types of people are out there and how many, you know, all the different things out there, then you feel more comfortable with like what you enjoy and stuff like that. So you're not feeling like as judged because you're not like the stereotypical like suit and tie guy or like a girl wearing a dress or something like that. Like you can do whatever you want. Yeah, so this kind of gone like a little off topic or a little like all over the place. Mostly just because, this is a day, Friday's usually a day I'm going to try and like just talk about random topics. And today I just want to talk about things that, I like and why you shouldn't be embarrassed about things you like and just enjoy what you enjoy, as long as you're not hurting anyone, who cares? Just have fun. Life is way too short to be like, I don't know, like frustrated over like what other people think about random things you do. So yeah, just enjoy yourself, enjoy life, have a good time with everything, and take care of yourself. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a comment, tell me what you thought, like the video as well, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. This has been Zach with the Aeong Show, and I will see you all next time. Peace.